TikTok Reels and Shorts, they don't just waste your time. Evidence suggests that short-form video consumption may affect cognitive control, your confidence and decision quality, and is increasingly linked to rising perfectionism and the fear of getting things wrong. In this video, we will look at 3 mechanisms highlighted in research. Number 1, rising anxiety and negative mood. Number 2, loss of confidence and early burnout. And number 3, reduced self-regulation and self-efficacy. And why all of this in combination quietly increases perfectionism, slows execution, and degrades decision quality in otherwise very capable professionals like you and me. I'm Gwen Bach. I have a master's degree in applied neuroscience, and I'm the founder of Applied Brain Lab, where we examine how modern environments shape decision quality. Now let me share my screen with you, and let's dive right into it. So let's learn about short-form video, perfectionism, and decision quality, and how those cognitive and emotional shifts, they affect how we make decisions, how we decide things. So why does this matter? Because across multiple studies, heavy short-form video use is associated with a higher anxiety, with more negative mood, with burnout, with reduced confidence, with lower self-regulation, and an increased fear of failure and mistakes. And these are not small things. I mean, we carry this mobile phone in our pockets every day, and we stand at bus stops, tube stops, subway stops. And if you just look around, you see everyone just endlessly scrolling down their social media feeds. So it's not something that nobody ever does. It's very prevalent, and we all use it. Me, my kids, my husband, we all use it. So, and these shifts that are correlated with short-form video content use, they affect your decision behavior, and mine, of course, too. So this has an effect on our emotional baseline. And that means we have more anxiety and more depressive symptoms. We have emotional instability and irritability, and also a kind of a remorse and self-blame, and ultimately a reduced in subjective well-being. And this can lead to that we have a heightened threat perception. That means the mistakes we make, or even others make, they can feel way more threatening than they actually are. And this kind of uncertainty is much harder to tolerate. And decisions, they feel harder. They feel like it takes more effort to make any kind of decision. And the second one is that what we said is burnout and loss of confidence. And this is an important one because, of course, burnout is a risk factor, but confidence, this is really part of the core of that makes us. And so research of heavy use is linked to academic and work procrastination, but also to burnout and cognitive fatigue, and a reduced self-efficacy. And that might sound like something very small, but we have goals, we have things we want to achieve. And the lower we are in self-efficacy, the less likely we are to pursue those things that are really important to us. And then, of course, a loss of confidence in our ability. And so what this does, if those fast digital rewards, this scrolling, we get this dopamine hit every time we scroll a bit, that means because of the speed, that means that the real work that we do feels much slower, and the effort feels much higher and way less rewarding. And this makes that confidence can quietly drop. And then we have the third one is reduced self-regulation. And that's not a small one either, because short-form video consumption can fragment our attention, and it reduces our inhibitory control. And that means it is harder for us to say no to junk food, or to stay calm when something angers us. So the coworker that did something you didn't like, will you yell at him, yes or no? Can you say no to chips and chocolate in the evening? Or will you say yes, even though you know you want to eat healthier? And then it also weakens the sustained focus that we have. So we're not able to just sit down and focus on the work that we would like to do. And over time, what this does, it reduces self-regulation and self-efficacy, and also task persistence. So you have this Excel sheet you're working on, and you need to find there's somewhere this one mistake that messes up the whole all of the everything in that Excel sheet, and you need to sit there and you need to find it. And the more short form video content you've been watching before that, the harder it is for you to work through this Excel sheet. So why does all of this taken together increase perfectionism? And that is this combination of a negative emotional tone, of reduced confidence, and a weaker self-regulation. And that means it leads to a fear-based perfectionism. And this is not a small thing, because that makes us micromanage people. That makes us redo tasks 5, 10 times, or very often not even start difficult things because we want it to be perfect. And so in all of this, the fear of mistakes arise, and self-blame increases, and the tolerance for imperfection drops. Those are important things, because how many times have we not pursued something because we felt it wasn't good enough? Or how often did we not hand in something, or we were late with handing in things because we felt it is not good enough when it was perfectly good enough? Or we annoy other people with our perfectionism and make them redo things over and over again when it has been fine the way it is, because we perceived it to be a threat. So what does this do to our decisions? So when this fear of mistake rises, decisions get delayed, and overanalysis and paralysis increases, and avoidance behavior increases, and we prefer safer options. And we can see that a lot in politics, or even living in Germany. We see that a lot. People are afraid to make mistakes, so innovation doesn't happen. And reversals become more common, so we make a decision and we take it back. We make another decision and take it back. And then we don't have the progress that we would like to see. And this means, and this is something very important, decision quality, it really just collapses or tumbles down like a tower of building blocks. It narrows and it degrades slowly and often imperceptibly for us. So, an important context here, and this is not about demonizing short-form videos. Well, maybe a little bit. It's about the cumulative exposure in already very demanding cognitive modern environments. So we already have so many different stress factors, so many different things that pull our attention one way or another. And even small shifts in emotion and confidence and self-regulation can compound into measurable decision changes. And those measurable decision changes, they grow into something much bigger over time. So decision quality depends on cognitive conditions, and those modern digital environments, fast-paced, high dopamine, they're shaping those conditions, and often without us noticing. So understanding this allows you and me to have way more control over what shapes how we think and how we decide, because it isn't in our control. We decide, do we turn this device on now or don't we? Or maybe I grab a book and read something, or I do something else, or I go for a walk. There are many things we can do instead of just succumbing to this doom scrolling down our social media feed. If you would like to have a tool to assess what happens or what default mode you fall into when you are stressed concerning your decisions, then come to appliedbrainlab.com and you can get this decision mode diagnostic for free. Thank you so much for listening. See you in the next video. Bye.